and welcome to Ohio Valley Couponer. Today I'm here with a super exciting video, different from my norm. If you're not familiar with my channel, I usually just do couponing and deal breakdowns, so I share how to stretch these dollars even farther. So that's definitely something you should check out if you haven't already. Like, we can stretch our money, we can save big on groceries, personal care products, household goods, stuff like that. So if you're not into those videos, go check out my videos and you can save a ton of money. But I'm going to shift gears a little bit and we're going to talk about budgeting today. Yes, I love budgeting so much. I was an accounting major for my associate's and bachelor's degrees. So accounting and numbers and budgets just makes my heart happy. So I love doing these and I absolutely love watching the budgeting people over on YouTube. Oh my gosh, I could sit there. I don't know why, but there's something about watching people doing their envelopes and people doing their budgets. You can sit and watch it for hours, and sometimes I do, not gonna lie. But I love these budgeting videos, but I do tend to do things a little bit differently. I'm a guy, so I don't have the fancy designer envelopes and everything. I just am using these basic envelopes I got from Target for like 50 cents. And I don't actually use real cash. Kind of explain my process real quick. I do everything digitally. So the money stays in my checking account. The money sits there in my checking account, my savings, my sinking funds. I never withdraw the cash because I just feel like that's too risky, to be honest. You know, you never know in this day and age what could happen. And I don't want to sit around with large sums of cash in my house. So I don't do that. I keep it in my bank. And simply what I do is I make all my purchases on a credit card. I pay it off twice a month. There's never interest. And if it's a sinking fund transaction, I just keep track of that, transfer it back to my checking account, and then I will take that out of my sinking funds and pay it off in my account, which is great and works wonderfully. However, I wanted to get a little bit more hands-on with it because with how I was doing things was I had like a little registry where I kept the balances and there was so much change and stuff. It was kind of hard to constantly be going around balancing everything. So what I decided to do is I'm going to continue to do all my sinking fund stuff digitally. Like I explained, the money's going to sit in my checking account. When I make a purchase, I'll use my credit card and transfer the money to pay it off. So you might be like, well, why are you adding in this whole monopoly money system here? And I will explain to you why. Like I said, it's a lot sometimes to balance everything and with the change. And I feel like with this monopoly money kind of deal, I can be more hands-on with it and I can go in, okay, let's look at my giving envelope. Instead of me having to go and crunch numbers all the time and see what's in what account, I can just straight up go to my giving and I can see how much I have, $152. And I can pull out this monopoly money. Sorry, there's like marker on my hand. That's why you guys are seeing it. I can pull out $152. I see it here. This is what I know I have in my account. This is what's represented in that big sinking funds account is $152 is my giving fund. So I feel like doing it this way with the cash, the fake Monopoly cash that I just had sitting downstairs in a Monopoly game, lets me be more hands-on and lets me more clearly see what money I have and how each sinking fund account makes up in the balance. So that's why I decided to do this, and doing it in Monopoly Cash lets me kind of show you guys a cash stuffing without actual cash. And that's where I'm at, and that's how I want to do it. And that's what makes me happy. There is nothing wrong with doing it either way. I think it's awesome that people who have tons of cash and do it that way. I think that's excellent. But for me, this works better just leaving it all in my account. So I went through, I just received my paycheck, and this is the bigger paycheck. I basically get paid kind of twice a month. One of them is a much larger check than the second one. So this check allows me to do all of my sinking funds. I try to do most of my sinking funds with this check, which are all of these things. I have several different sinking fund categories. If you don't know what a sinking fund is taking a little amount per paycheck, or it doesn't have to be per paycheck, however you want, taking an amount per paycheck and allocating it to a certain category. So I know at Christmas, my goal was to have like $1,200. So for 12 months, I need to make sure $100 is going back for Christmas so I have the money when Christmas comes. Sinking funds are like mini savings accounts, and they basically set you up for when an event takes place. You don't have to worry, oh my gosh, where's this money going to come from? Because it's right here. So that's there. So again, all this, the blow money, gas, groceries, that's all going to continue to take place on my credit card because I get a lot of points that way. It's a lot more convenient for me. Some places around here are back to talking about a coin shortage, and that just makes things difficult. So I am going to continue to use my credit card for that, but I'm going to be accountable, and I am going to use this Monopoly money to kind of go through and pull it out after I spend it, and to just give me a good representation of, oh, here's how much money I have left. Here's how much I can spend next time I go. And I feel like that's going to keep me really accountable. To some of you, that might seem a little crazy, but to me, it really works and seems like it's going to be great. So what we're going to do is I'm going to start out by, we're going to stuff these envelopes and go through the envelopes, but we first need to determine how much we're pulling. So I went through and did my budget, and I have bills, guys. I'm not just having all my check going to sinking funds. I have a car payment. I have car insurance. I have student loan. I have various obligations, things that I give to every month. So yeah, there's bills to be had. This is just the additional, this is the savings portion, and I love it. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to do 125 of this check is going to go to giving. And how I'll do this is I'll go through and total all this up, the amount of sinking funds, and I will just transfer that from my main checking account to my sinking funds checking account. My bank is really great, and it's super easy to transfer money between the both checking accounts, so that is what I'll do. So the first one we're doing is 125 to the giving fund, and I'm going to use this cash envelope breakdown sheet from the Budget Mom. I love the Budget Mom. Her system is just amazing. So we are going to do one $100 bill. You're going to do a 20, and we're going to do a 5. So let's go ahead and stuff that. So we got the giving fund here. And I have this index card. I tell you guys, I keep this super simple. My starting balance is $152. We are going to add today $125. So let's write on this card here, 125. Forgive me, guys. This camera is not the best setup. So 152 plus 125, that means we should have $277. So let's count it up and make sure that's what we got. Kind of arrange the bills here so it's all in order. There we go. So let's start counting it up. We have 100, 200, 250, 270, 275, 276, 277. So we are good in the giving fund. We got 277, and this is saving up. I actually hit my savings goal today, which is epic. I'm saving for a kind of a charity thing my church is a part of, and so I've been saving for that, and now I have the money to give. So I love that. Next up, we got Christmas. I've been saving all year for Christmas. Christmas is an expense that comes up every year, you guys know. We're just going to do 100, just a $100 bill, pretty easy. So we're adding in on 7/30, 100. I'm so excited. I've watched these videos on YouTube. I don't even know how many times, and now I get to do them myself. 650. So we should have 650. We are adding a 100 to this pile. So let's count it up. 100, 200, 300, 400, 50, 70, 90, 5. I'm not used to cash, guys, so you're going to have to forgive me. Okay, so 5, 520, 540, 560, 570, 580, 590, 6, 610, 615, 620, 625, 630, 635, 640, 645, 650. So we're good. This one's a lot. I should probably go through and like exchange bills, but I wanted to have a lot of change because I know when I shop for Christmas that I will need all that change. Even though I'm using a card, I still am going to come in and swap it out just to keep, just to keep on track. So gifts. This is basically anything other than Christmas. This is birthdays, anniversaries, things like that. We currently have 50 in the account, and we are adding today 75. So we're going to do a 50, a 20, and a 5. So we're adding 75 to the 50, which means we should have, after this, 730, we should have $125 in this one. So let me pull. We got a 50, a 20, and a 5. So in giving, or I'm not, sorry, gifts, we got 50, 70, 90, 100, 110, 120, 125. Hold up, guys. I think we got too much money going on here. We should have 125. So 50, 70, 90, 100, 110, 120, 125. So I had 5 extra ones stuffed in here that shouldn't have been there. So that's what happens when you get in a rush. I think I was exchanging bills out and I didn't do that right. So sorry about that. So 125, just one more time. 50, 60, 80, 100, 110, 120, 25. Okay, so that's bizarre that I had an extra $5 stuffed in there, but the balance, this is what the balance should be. So still getting all set up. There's gifts. Next up is clothing, and there's actually nothing in clothing. I've kind of neglected this sinking fund lately, but I'm coming back to it, and I'm adding $25. This is any time that I need, like, I don't know, anything clothing related. Like the last purchase I think I made was a belt, and so I'm glad to do that. So I just need a 20 and a 5. That's pretty simple. So we got a 20 and a 5, and there's nothing to count because this is just now getting stuffed. So let's do 20 and a 5 here. All right, so next up is car tags and license, and basically that's exactly what it says. It's for car tags and license. Starting balance was $16. I just drained this one because I had to go get my license renewed. So I got a 10, 5, and a 1 here. And today we are adding in 25. So just a 20 and a 5, just like last time. Pretty straightforward. So 20 and a 5. So let's count it out. We got 20, 30, 40, and 1. So 41 in here, and let's just confirm that is correct. What did I do with my card here? So if we're adding 25 to 16, that will give us a balance of 41. So boom, that's how that's done there. So $41 in car tags and license. Let's put up car tags and license. Next up is Black Friday, and I've been saving for Black Friday. I love Black Friday. It was kind of a bust last year because of COVID, but I'm super excited. I want to have this Black Friday fund because I always love to go couponing like Rite Aid and CVS, and to build up my points at those stores, they do really good gift card deals, which does work out. Like last year, they did like a Netflix gift card deal at Rite Aid. It was a really good deal, but I want to have the money on hand so that I can afford to do those deals, and also so I can spend on myself. There's a lot of things I'd like to grab for myself, so I'm just trying to save up a lot for Black Friday this year because it's kind of like the best shopping day of the year for couponers. So today I am putting in $50. So we're just gonna do a 50, you know, not that big of a deal. I got plenty of change in this account, so we're starting with 200 and we're adding in 50, which means we're gonna have 250 in Black Friday. So grab that 50 and count it out. So we got 50. Okay, so 100, 200, 220, 230, 240, 245, 246, 247, 248, 249, 250. We got 250 in our Black Friday. Cannot wait for Black Friday, guys. I've been singing Christmas music like all week. I'm like so ready. So Black Friday fund is stuffed. Then we got health and medical. Now in my budget, there's some recurring medical things I just always budget for, but then there's those other things like doctor's appointments, co-pays, things like that, and those are expensive. So I try to always save. I'm starting with 146, but today we're gonna go ahead and add 75. So we're gonna do a 50 here, a 20, and a 5. So we're adding in $75 to this 146, which gives us a new balance of $241. So let's grab that 50 and the 20 and the 5. Oh, we're out of 5s, so I'm gonna have to do 5 ones. Bummer. Okay. 5 ones. Same deal. Let's count it out. Gotta get all these bills together because I tell you guys, this is a lot. So we have 100, 150, 170, 190, 200, 220, 230, 240, 241, and that's how it's done. So there we go. Okay, so next up, I don't think I wrote down activities. Oh, that's what we're on now is activities. All right, it's just a 20, so we're gonna add a 20 to this. I mean, it currently has 14 bucks in it. I've been doing a lot of activities. Like my family went on a little mini vacay. We went to Kings Island, and so we spent a lot there. We played putt-putt a couple of times, and we did some like hurricane simulator at the mall. So it was just like money has come out of this one, so it's time to replenish. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna add a 20. So we're just gonna pull 20 bucks, $20 bill. That means we're gonna have 34 left. So let's count it up. We got 20. 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. So we got 34 bucks in activities. And that's what I love about sinking funds is over time, I built up for the Kings Island trip and I had a lot of money. I was able to buy myself a souvenir. I was able to get us Annie Ann's pretzels. We were able to play putt-putt over the time. That's why these are so great. You don't have to break the bank to have a good, like, fun. Budgeting, I heard somebody say budgeting is giving yourself permission to spend, and that's totally how it is for me. So the next one we got going is P.O. Box. We got 18 in it now, and I'm going to add 9 today. So that means we should have $27 in this fund. So let's see what we got going. So if I need $9, I'm going to pull out a 5, because I actually found some 5s here, and 4 1s. So let's see. So we should have 18 starting. Oh, I forgot to stuff this one at all. Awkward. I just set this up tonight with the starting balances, and I must have forgot P.O. Box. So we're just going to go ahead and stuff the whole 27. So we're going to do a 20, a 5, and 2 1s. Newbie video here. So 27. That's good to go. Next is good old printer ink. Printer ink's so expensive. I don't have to buy it that much, but when I do, it can really break the bank. So I got 70 in here. And we're actually not going to add anything to this fund because we have $70, and that's more than enough to buy the next cartridge. So we got 70, so we're good to go in the printer ink fund. This is so much fun, guys. I love it. We got the Sam's Club membership. My family, we have a Sam's Club Plus, and it's $100 a year. And I just kind of tag along with my family at Sam's Club, and I'll grab some things there for myself sometimes. But I decided I want to contribute and pay a third of the membership, so I am trying to save up for that. And so I have 6 in here right now, and I'm going to add 6 more. So I'm just going to add another 5 and a 1. I don't even have to write that down. That's so easy. So we should have 12. 6 and 6 equals 12. So 12 bucks. Let's write it on my index card. $12 is what we should get in the Sam's Club. And last but not least is my emergency fund. And this fund saved me a few months ago when my car battery went out. It was almost a $500 fix, and I had the money. There was no charging on a card or anything like that. That's just $100. We're just going to straight up pull $100 out, but we should have $477. So we're adding 100 tonight, and it should be $577. So let's count it up. So let's add the 100 here. And in fact, no, I think we won't do that right now. So we have 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 550, 570, 575, 76, 77. We got 577 in emergency fund. So that, guys, is my emergency. These are the long-term savings. These are the ones that are just going to keep getting accrued and added to over time. I'll pull from these over time and add to them over time. That's the point. So these are all my sinking funds. For the envelopes, like I said, I'm going to continue to use my charge card for everything. Same with the sinking funds. They're not really going to do a stuffing for those in the envelopes or whatever, since those are a little different. Those are not continuing to be built up over time. Those are one and done. I have no problem keeping track of those digitally. But the sinking funds, I had a really hard time keeping track of digitally. and getting the exact balances and knowing out of this huge balance in my account, because my taxes saving was there, my student loans were sitting there, it was kind of hard to know, okay, how much of this is emergency, how much of this is Sam's Club, and I tried to write it down, but it just got overwhelming to keep up with. So having it all separate in these envelopes is really, really going to help. And so that's awesome. Let me know, did you guys enjoy this? Is this something you'd like to see on a regular basis? I could do even more budgeting videos, maybe like transactions or how I set up my paycheck budget with the budget by paycheck workbook, stuff like that. Feel free to let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your feedback and suggestions. That's all I got for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and thanks so much for watching.